Hello. Today we're going to do the third session from our menopause workshop group. So a little bit more on nutrition for you. I thought I'd break them up into three separate sections so it's not droning on and on and on and on. Some of this stuff that we thought I would read for, we'll be reading from my notes because I'm having trouble seeing today. That's what happens when you have contact issues. So, but the first thing that I wanted to talk about was just remember to always give yourself a little daily check. How are you doing with your nutrition? Where's your planning? What can you do today? What's the one thing you want to focus on today? So every day, just pick that one intention. So we talked a little bit about the difference between carbs, fats, proteins, what you need, why you need them. And I'm going to go over your requirements or your recommendations, not requirements. Always remember to kind of listen to your body too. Sometimes we get so into our head of like, I have to have so many grams of protein, I have to have so many grams of fat. And you're like, oh, I didn't get that last gram of fat in today or whatever, that you forget to listen to how you feel. So that's a very important piece of the puzzle. So if you're not hungry, and you've started eating, and you're like, you know what, I'm full, wrap it up and save it for the next one. So think, long-term goals. So quick review over what we did for when sedentary, which is totally not you. So if you're not doing anything, I think you wrote these down: 2 grams of carbs per kilogram of body weight, 1 gram of fat, and 1 to 1.2 grams of protein. The days that you're working out, you can have up to 3 grams of fat, 2 to 2.2 grams of protein. 3 grams of carbs, 2 to 2.2 grams of protein, and 2 grams of fat. So those are going to be on your workout days. One of the tricks we talked about is make your plate half full, right? When you're fixing your plate, half full of fruits and veggies, the other half is your protein. Anything that is like a bread or a potato or whatever, that's a side, and you eat those last, okay? Because you also remember part of the reason that we wanted to make sure that our fruits and vegetables intake is really high is because that helps our digestive system, right? It helps that gut, which helps the brain. So we like those two things to be healthy. So one of the things that protects that gut barrier and keeps you from having that leaky gut people are always talking about is getting your pre and your probiotics. If you like kefir, yogurt, so the good thing about Greek yogurt is not only does it have about 10 grams more of protein than any regular yogurt per serving, is it also is a probiotic. So make sure your yogurt is Greek yogurt. So that's one way. Kefir, if you like kefir, sauerkraut, those are kind of prebiotics. Asparagus, garlic, onions, things like that. Kombucha, if you like to drink that. Tempeh, if you like to eat that. Those are some good things. They can be full of protein as well as fiber. So one of the goals we talked about was getting 25, and we've done this before, 25 different fruits and vegetables in a week. Not just 25 servings, but 25 different fruits and vegetables. So however you're going to track that, notes on your phone or whatever, that's a good one. Go easy on your processed foods and your sugars, obviously, because those kind of destroy your gut bacteria. I'm in the process of redoing my office, and my dog is tearing up stuff behind me. So that's what she does. So everything is just in disarray right now, but that's not the focus. The focus is your nutrition. The other thing we talked about is pre-meal, pre-training meal, right? So if you're just going to get up and go to the gym and you're not going to be doing much cardio, you're going to need your protein, and you don't need a ton. You just need like 15 grams of protein. What does that look like? Maybe an egg and or a scoop of protein, right? If you have a scoop of protein, depending on what kind of protein you have, in your water or in your coffee, right? You can just mix that protein right in there with your coffee. If you need a carb because you're going to be doing some cardio, throw your milk in there. I know you like that. Have your latte and throw your protein in there. Out the door you go. You're good. So that's a decent pre-training meal. Afterwards is when you want to have your 30 to 40 grams of protein. Think about trying to get 30 grams at least of protein for each meal. why do we want all this protein? I was never very much of a protein eater, supporting that lean mass, okay, because we don't have the estrogen to do that anymore. So the protein kind of takes the place of that hormone that we miss and love so much. Um, 15 grams of protein in a snack can look like 2 eggs. So if you kind of hard boil your eggs, take them with you. That's close to 15 grams. A smoothie, protein smoothie. I think we talked about that one you could get at Tropical Smoothie. You want to grab that on your way. Some smoked salmon wrapped in a couple pieces of avocado. I don't know that you'll really carry that with you. Protein muffin. I can text you the recipe for the protein muffin. Super easy to make. Take it with you. It'll be anywhere between like 11 and 15 grams of protein. They're pretty good. They don't taste bad. They just don't have like, ooh, burst of flavor. It's not like a chocolate muffin or anything, but it's not bad. All right. One of the quick ways, like if you're thinking of how am I going to get more protein, if you do have an egg, add some egg whites with it. I tend to, if I can't have 2 eggs, like 2 eggs, makes me just full. So if you're like that, an egg and an egg white is a good combination. If you're trying to get, if you have just a little piece of protein or a little piece of fish, that may be 15 to 17 grams of protein. If you have the full fillet, like the good 6-7 ounces, 40 grams, you're done. Chickpeas, if you like chickpeas, 1 cup is 22 grams of protein. So I like that. And you can put chickpeas in your salad. You can put them in your soup. You can roast them and eat them, which I tend to not like, but some people love. Yeah, and chickpeas also come with a lot of fiber, so that is a good thing. That is mostly what we talked about week 3. It's just how to get that protein up. So I'm going to keep these short as possible. The next video that I'm going to do for you is going to be on, I think you missed the cardio day. You were there on the strength day. The cardio day, how we want to add that up and change that in 2 to 3 times a week. And it's going to be different than your tennis. So we're going to have to figure out ways to fit this in, I think. And then the last day was really just focusing on a goal and that external reward, right? We're internally motivated. You're very internally motivated. But that it takes that external motivation sometimes, but people tend to downplay that. But that's kind of what it takes to make those new patterns in your brain, right? So how are you going to reward yourself and what are you going to look for? So there we have it.